Some law of assumption coaches say to persist, and some law of assumption coaches say to let go. The law of attraction, however, says to visualize once, never think about it again, and if you do, the universe is going to come kick you in the shin. I'm here to tell you what, in my opinion, is the best course of action when it comes to persisting or letting go when trying to manifest your desire, regardless of whether it's big or small. So stick around if you want to find out. Hi, well, welcome or welcome back. My name is Matthew, and I'm here today to talk to you about whether or not you should persist or let go when it comes to manifesting your desire. But before we get into that, due to the surge of subscribers that I recently had, my coaching has also had a surge of clients. This means that very soon I am going to be unable to keep on top of everyone unless I monitor the amount of people coming in. So I will have to implement a queuing service. I haven't worked out the logistics yet. I'm just giving you a heads up so that if very soon something changes and I haven't let you know in a video, this is why it's changing. I will obviously let you know if you're in the queue. I'll be like, you are due to come to me for coaching on this date, because that will be when people fall off from my clients, if that makes sense. However, I will let this be known to you guys fully once I know the details myself fully, once I've worked out how it's going to work. But with that said, if you need my help for the moment, all of that will be in the description or the comments below. Very few spaces left, to get in there while you can. Now that I've said that, let's get into the video. They're pretty self-explanatory, but for the purposes of anyone that might be new to this, persisting is where you return to your end result throughout the day, while you're washing up, while you're driving, while you're working, or whatever. You simply return to your end result. You live and think from the end of your desire already being done, whether you're happy, sad, angry, depressed, excited, whatever it is, you simply return to your end result as you go throughout your day. Letting go is the act of maybe spending a couple of days on it, like persisting for those couple of days, and then when you're done with that, you just let it go and let it happen. There are two terminologies that I'd like to use for the sake of this: persisting, Neville Goddard's term, persist until it hardens into fact, and for letting it go, set it and forget it. Now, in my opinion, as you may know if you've watched enough of my videos, I do not use Neville Goddard's terminology all that much, nor do I point to his direct lectures or teachings or anything like that. However, persist until it hardens into fact is absolutely one thing that I do stand by. I 100% believe that you should continue to affirm, continue to script, visualize, embody the state, whatever it is that you do, live in the end until you get your desire. And the term set it and forget it, for me personally, is closer to set it and regret it. The reason being, we cannot not acknowledge our 3D realities to some extent. This is why we must continuously return to the end result until it comes in. However, if you set it and forget it and never really do anything to consciously live in the end, you are, whether you mean to or not, going to be saturated by the 3D. If you are not putting your focus elsewhere, your focus will continue to acknowledge what is around you, which means if you set it and forget it, you're going to end up regretting it because you're not going to get your desire. Now, I don't mean like letting it go for a couple of days just to let yourself calm down if you've got too desperate and like in the state of lack, but I mean these people that say that you should do a couple of affirmations and then just never think about it again. Let it happen. Never ever do anything about it again. That is what I think is set it and regret it, because you will eventually be saturated by your 3D if you have nothing else to put your focus on. Where your focus goes, energy flows. So the more that you persist and push through and affirm, do all of these things, the more energy that you are putting toward your end result. If you do not want something, you take your energy away. So if it's a third party, you stop looking at the third party and trying to affirm them away. You just take your attention off of them and put it on what it is that you do want. So reversing that, if we set it and forget it, we're basically forgetting about the end result and only focusing on what is being experienced now, which is going to create more of it. This is why we do say embody the state at least 51% of the time. Persist. Keep doing your affirmations throughout the day. Whatever it is that you've heard, but as long as it is on the lines of continue, 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 this is why. Basically making it very simple: where your focus goes, energy flows. If you're focusing on your end result, you're putting energy towards it. Whatever you are not focusing on is you're retracting your energy from, ergo that will no longer exist anymore. So the idea of set it and forget it is set it and regret it, because you are putting your focus on what you're experiencing now and not on the end result because you've let it go. Going back to what I said earlier about however you can let go of it for a couple of days, if you are in a state of desperation and lack, and I need to do this to get this, I feel so bad, la da da da, yes, absolutely let it go for a couple of days and focus on you. Build yourself up to a point where you're like, okay, I feel better now. I don't need this desire, I simply want this desire. Because where your focus goes, energy flows. If you are in a state of desperation and lack, you may think you're looking at looking from the end because you're doing your affirmations, but in actuality, you are embodying the state of what's going on now, trying to cover it up. Because you're focusing on what's going on now to cover it up, you are going to create more of it. So in those instances, I would personally advise to take a break for a day, 2 days, 3 days, just to get yourself back onto a level playing field, so then you can focus on the end from the end and not from what's going on now, trying to create the end. Instead of what's going on now where you're trying to smother your 3D reality to change it, you are simply coming from a place of, nope, this is mine, I choose this to be mine, and then you can persist that way. So I really hope this video helps. I'm going to break this down much more simple. Persist until it hardens into fact. Do not set it and forget it, because you will set it and regret it. If you are in a state of desperation, take a couple of days off at most, or well, not at most, but take a couple of days off to get to a point where you feel better. Then get back onto persisting. Because if you are in a state of desperation and persisting, you are accepting that what is going on now needs to be changed. Not, I enjoy what I'm experiencing in the future now, if that makes sense. That is a distinction that you must make on your own accord. But simply put, always, always, always persist until it hardens into fact. And if you do need to take a break until you feel better, until you feel on a level playing field, and then go back to persisting. Do not set it and forget it. That will cause you to set it and regret it. I really hope this video has helped. I really hope that you guys can take this going forward. If you've enjoyed the video, like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me out, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.